Hello everyone, hope you're having an excellent day today. I'm doing pretty good, considering the circumstances this week. Unfortunately, I don't have enough progress on the Tron build to justify an entire video, so I'm going to be saving that progress for next week. Hopefully it'll be a huge video, lots of things to show off. Very excited about what's happening so far. But this week I wanted to cover like a few updates here in the studio. I have a legit excuse this time, I promise. Wednesday, this last week, I came down to the studio after work to build on Tron for a little bit, hoping to get a few hours of progress in. Unfortunately, as soon as I stepped in, my shoes were soaked because there was an inch of water covering about half the floor space in the studio, which is about 500 square feet. So, terrifying. Like freaking out. It was really bad. Now, that being said, it wasn't nearly as bad as it could have been because there was just water on the ground. It apparently had just come through the door. The ceiling was fine, the roof was fine, the wall was fine. None of that was water damaged. That would have been thousands and thousands of dollars to replace or repair any of that. The floor itself is epoxy and is immune to any water or dampness, so that's really good. The edges of the wall got a little damp, and I've been running the dehumidifier, air filter, and keeping the windows cracked and the AC fan going, trying to keep this as dry and airy as possible in here to prevent any mold. I think we've avoided any issues there, so really could have been a lot worse. And my TV is plugged up over there as well as the Wi-Fi, and those cords were actually underwater. And I don't know how they didn't short and set the entire building on fire, but that was also avoided. So a very unpleasant experience. It took many hours to clean up all the water and mop the floors and dry it all up, but it was the least damage that could have happened under the circumstances. So I'm very, very grateful for that. Because of all that craziness going on, that really interrupted my workflow. So that's why the progress on Tron has been slowed. However, I have been working on that as I'm able to, and I've even done some progress here on the displays, which is the subject of last month's member video. You can check that out. I think there might be a clickable link somewhere. That video explained the plan for what's going on, but I'm going to show you guys the progress that's been made as if you've seen it. So you may want to go check that video out. You've got the Citadel of Orland put in its spot right there. You've got the new castle sets all arrayed above me here, and the old castle sets are pretty much the same. I tidied up a few things here and there. We can move over to the space case. I got a few things to show over there. Over here on the space side of things, the Bionicle and Galador shelves are pretty much the same. A little bit of organization on Bionicle's level, but down here in space has been quite a bit of cleanup. The classic space area up here has had a couple of things rotated, a few figures posed. We've got a few things removed in the middle, a few things organized and tidied up, dusted a few things off. Rock Raiders has been reorganized and looks pretty good. All the vehicles and sets are now on display, as well as some of the instructions and promotional material in the back. So space is looking good now. This final case hasn't had as much progress as the others. However, the top of it, I did manage to reorganize and clean up and change. We've got the tall neck and the medieval blacksmith have been moved, and now we've got some classic adventurers, the desert Egypt expedition sets here, and a couple set boxes in the back in that container. So I'm really excited about these. This one over here on the left was already assembled. I just needed to set it up and kind of clean it off a little bit, and it looks great. The one on the right I had to build, and I'm very excited I did because this is one of our favorite sets as children, and I really enjoyed playing with that as a kid, and it was very nostalgic to build it again as an adult. Great set, and surprisingly few pieces for its seemingly nice size. You know, it's a conservative amount of elements. So very excited about this section. Going to be adding more cool sets down to these lower areas and replace some of the ones that have been on display for a while. I'm excited to have gotten this D&D set in the mail. I will be building on it soon, probably even a little bit tonight. However, I'm not going to be doing any set builds as a live stream anymore for the foreseeable future, I think, because I had a great time on the last one. It was a lot of fun. However, because I'm not building my own thing or sorting brick, which is also kind of mindless, I was having to follow someone else's design. I had to think about what was happening next. I didn't know the next step. And because of that, I had trouble balancing two tasks at once. I'm trying to follow the instructions, and I'm trying to have a conversation and have a conversation with myself in the camera and the chat. So that I don't think I was able to efficiently do both. And for that reason, I'm going to be focusing more on sorting or building for live streams in future. But we still have plenty of content for live streams lying right over here. Literally hundreds of pounds of bulk. Half of Rock Raiders, actually more than half of Rock Raiders, and an even bigger bin full of tons of sets and bricks and pieces, minifigures, all the good stuff. So I'm actually going to do a live stream and sort for at least an hour, maybe two, Sunday starting at 4 p.m. Eastern. So if you're around that time, if you have some free time, do stop by and say hi. It'll be a lot of fun. And I will be completely calm and not rageful the entire time. So keep that in mind. The final studio update to talk about before we close up today is the LEGO Masters trophy has returned. It's going to be here in the studio as a backdrop for a lot of the videos you'll see in the future for the summer or so. I'm guessing LEGO Masters Season 5 will begin airing sometime this fall for the United States. And when that happens, we'll probably put it back out into Atlanta Brickco on display there as kind of like a, wow, LEGO Masters is back and so is the trophy kind of thing. But wanted to bring it back here, get to enjoy it here while I'm working. And if it's always on display in Atlanta Brickco, it makes it a little less special if it's like always there. So kind of a seasonal appearance I think would be better. So that's here for the foreseeable future. I'm very excited about that. And that's about all we have time for today, but thank you guys for watching. Hopefully have a ton of Tron progress for you guys next weekend. Until then, we'll see ya.